So this is for the 9/11 project. So what is your name? Your full name?
My name is Daniel Treharn.
Where are you from?
I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
How old are you in 9/11?
I was 40, just turned 47.
What do you recall about the life before 9/11?
Everything was wonderful. It was a great life. I traveled throughout the continental U.S. by plane 3 to 4 days a week.
Were you scared of being attacked by the terrorists before 9/11?
No, I was not.
Why were you not?
I had no knowledge of terrorists before 9/11.
Did you ever visit any locations of the 9/11 attack?
I have not visited any locations.
How did you find out about the attacks?
I was the last plane to leave Metro Airport at 9:58. It was a Tuesday morning.
Was it for work or was it just?
It was for work. I was traveling for work. I was going to Chicago O'Hare Airport. From there, I was going to the Chicago Auto Auction to buy used cars.
How was that plane ride?
The plane ride, I don't know if anybody's ever flown to O'Hare Airport in Chicago. It's a 30-minute flight, and 20 minutes of it you spend circling the airport because it's so backed up. Our plane came straight out of the sky and landed hard on the runway.
What were your first feelings when you heard about the attacks?
Well, the first feelings when I heard about the attack, as I stated before, the plane came very quickly out of the sky and landed hard at Chicago Airport, O'Hare Airport. The pilot then got on the intercom and said, "I'm sorry about the abrupt landing, but the FAA has grounded all air travel due to several hijackings of airlines."
Were you with other people when you heard about the attacks?
I was not.
What is your most vivid memory of that day?
My most vivid memory of the day is after the plane landed in Chicago, as I walked off the plane to go to the gate. It was lined with armed military people and dogs. They had set up a perimeter, and they were escorting you right out of the airport. You could not get your bags. You could not do anything. There was armed soldiers with several dogs, and they ushered me right out of the airport, out of the whole airport, into the city of Chicago.
Were you afraid for your safety or your family's safety?
I was definitely afraid for my safety because I had no idea what was going on and how large of scope this all was. All I know is 10 minutes ago, I was flying in a plane, and now I'm ushered out of an airport by gun to a city street.
Were you personally connected to anyone in the towers, Pentagon, or that flew planes?
I was not.
No. What do you remember about the nation and its leaders coming together in the days following 9/11?
Well, I remember mostly confusion because, as I said, I was in Chicago and I was actually stranded there because the FAA did not allow any flights for almost a week. So my biggest thing was confusion about what was going on and how I would get home.
What did you think of the government's reaction to the attacks in the days and months that followed?
I thought that President Bush did a great job of reassuring the country that we were safe and that those who did this would pay. I thought the government did an excellent job on that catastrophe.
How did you feel about the decision to invade Afghanistan?
I don't think we invaded Afghanistan because of 9/11. I think we invaded Iraq. But how do I feel about going to Afghanistan? I think there needs to be an effort to stomp out all terrorists.
Okay. How do you feel about the decision to invade Iraq?
Iraq, I was for because that's where the terrorists supposedly had come from. So the invasion of Iraq was I think it was warranted.
How have the additional security measures at the airports made you feel?
Stupid.
Why is that? Why do you?
Because they make me take my shoes off for no apparent reason. I can't take a little bottle of shampoo with me. And they, not long after 9/11, I took my family to Disney World. Probably 2 to 3 years later, I had my 4-year-old daughter have to take her shoes off. And my 8-year-old daughter have to take her shoes off. I don't know I've ever seen many 4-year-old little blonde terrorists.
How have the government's actions regarding surveillance of phone calls, emails, and social media made you feel?
I don't like the government in my business, to be honest. I don't.
So you don't like that they're like going through your phone calls? Or
Not at all.
No,
not at all.
That is understandable. What do you believe is our nation's greatest security threat? Like, what is our greatest threat to security?
I think our greatest threat to security in this nation right now is liberal woke people and the liberal woke military, which was evident on our recent withdrawal from Afghanistan. I believe that we need a stronger, more secure military and not afraid to say the wrong pronoun type government.
Do you think that terrorism can be defeated?
No.
Why?
Terrorism is an ideology.
Why?
Terrorism can no more be defeated than Catholicism can. This is their religious views. You cannot stop out religious fanatics.
What do you believe should have been done to protect the United States?
In the 9/11 attacks, what I think should have been done?
In general, what do you think that should have been done in 9/11 and aftermath? What do you think should have been done to kind of protect the Pentagon?
Well, I don't want to second guess the government. There's some that say they should have seen this coming and they weren't prepared. I just think it's a act of God. I don't think we could have avoided it. And following that, we're more diligent now. They're checking my 4-year-old shoes, so I guess they're doing something.
How do you feel about our continued presence in Afghanistan and Iraq?
Well, I don't believe that the government should be the police force for the rest of the world, but I do believe that the government should have eyes on the ground in all terrorist places, anywhere there could be a terrorist act, to avoid the next one. I don't like sending our children to war, but I also believe there should be a military presence in danger hotspots.
How has 9/11 changed you?
9/11 actually changed my whole career because I was an independent auto broker, which meant I'd flow around the country buying used cars for used car dealers. The year after 9/11, because our economy got crushed, new cars started with incentives like 0% financing and 1% financing to try to spur the economy. And the used car market completely collapsed, which forced me out of a job.
Okay. How has 9/11 changed our nation or the world?
Well, 9/11 has changed our nation, being more aware of future terrorist threats. It's changed the world. We're not the only country that's been on the wrong side of terrorist threats. France, other countries. So I think it just was a little bit of a eye-opening.
What lessons should be learned from 9/11?
We should never get complacent with our intelligence and our military and our eye around terrorist hotspots. We should never get too relaxed again.
Yes. Did you know about the 9/11 Commission? If so, what are your thoughts?
I know about the 9/11 Commission, and I think it was necessary for the government to get more research about it. As far as the success of it, I couldn't attribute to was much success.
Have you had a nice life after 9/11?
Yes, I'm not scarred by 9/11 in any way and everything, other than losing my job from 9/11 and having to change careers.
Yes.
Everything's gone fine.
Well, I thank you for letting me have the time to interview you.
Thank you for remembering 9/11.